when my which I think we'll find out in a while, 2 days' time. So there you go. Aiden Markham coming in at a critical time and putting up that critical stand with Tristan Stubbs as well. Let's talk about him. He played some beautiful shots today.
He played some beautiful shots, yeah. He found the boundary at ease. He got a bit of width early in his innings, which got him moving. I think Royals were slightly disappointed with their bowling plans to him, or maybe their execution to him. They didn't hold that well to him, but huge credit to the way he was able to pounce on those over-pitch deliveries and the little bit of width he got. But I think those sort of partnerships, yes, you look at Markram as the key to it, but it's someone like Stubbs who is just giving him the strike when he's finding the boundary and letting him go. If Stubbs then just hit one up in the air and got out, Markram loses that flow, loses that rhythm, and actually that's where the score wouldn't have got anywhere near 175. So Markram, standout innings, standout knock, and it feels over par, to be honest. It feels like the Pole Royals left a few tactics out there. Maybe could have got more spin. I thought it was crying out for spin in that middle order, and they went to the seam and the pace on, and it disappeared a little bit.
They've left themselves a big job to do, Vern, because they need to get 176 to win here. It would be the highest successful run chase in season 3. Certainly will be key to helping them get to victory today.
Yeah, I think you have to look at the conditions at hand. But for me, 2 players that stand out, it will be Joe Root as well as Dinesh Karthik. I think those are 2 players that almost cries out for this kind of surface. They're innovative players. I don't think it's a massive boundary scoring surface, so it cries out for a bit of innovation. And I do feel those 2 players will have to bet really well to afford themselves an opportunity of winning here today.
What about you, Paul? What do you think?
Yeah, spin is always important when you play at Holland Park. And in the past, changes of pace. And I think this Paul Royal sides is they're going to execute it very well. They understand these conditions, and that's been the success here. It's they're sort of a fortress for them, and they really bank on their home games to get them up to the top of the tables and things.
It's still extremely difficult and on this ground as well, right, Stuart?
Yeah, of course. I just feel like when you've bowled first, you get to see what the pitch has done. So then you come out for the second innings and you understand the conditions. You've had time to adapt to it. So I think it's going to be a really interesting game. When you've got the experience with Joe Root at the top of the order, it looks like he might open the batting. Sam Hain is a fine player who might come in number 3. It looks like the game plan for the Royals will be to set up for Miller and Kartik to come and win it in the last 5 overs. So not necessarily use the power play to go and get 60 or 70, but focus on the wickets a little bit and try and restrict the wickets you lose to let Miller and Kartik finish it at the end. So a lot of pressure on Joe Root on his debut in the Betway SA 20, but he's someone who's dealt with throughout. So I'm really excited to see him get going and see what he can do.
Yeah, I think conditions probably perfectly suited to Joe Root. I mean,
चौकड़ा दे परिषद छक्का जोड़ और छक्का तू ही तुम पकड़ा है क्या पकड़ा है का था पकड़ा है मां पकड़ा है करता तकड़ा है ना बड़ा है मां दे तकड़ा मां कैसे नहीं हो था भी चला दी बहन कुड़ी कुड़ी ध्यान डक्टर तो बक्का जो यार पर है शाबाश शाबाश बाद भी बेवा पहले कट्टी और लोग
similar conditions like back home. I think the new ball will skid on, so there's a window of opportunity.
It's an important game, this one, and the 2 opening batsmen getting ready to come out on the park. There we go, Joe Root. We've seen him that throughout his entire career, actually, sprinting out for a little bit and then a few skips, swinging that bat around. Getting the hips organised nice and loose. He is going to be a key player and he is going to be wonderful to watch. It's great to have him here in the Betway SA 20. He is a wonderful, wonderful player. And I think everyone who loves their cricket have certainly enjoyed having him over the years and watching the way that he goes about his art. Right, now let's just put this in. Joe Root, 112 games, 2,500 runs. Wickets in a over. from Mujib, which has put them back a little bit. Aiden Markram, because they're playing here, because he likes bowling some off spin at the start of a game, has decided that he's going to try and get something out of this track. It's probably going to be just a little bit slower, probably going to be a little bit lower, 30 degrees Celsius. Here in Pal today. That's what tends to happen at this surface. Here we go, part 2. Oh yeah, boy. And it's hammered in the covers. No run for starters. It's a good strike with the ball, Pretorius. Oh yes. Just a hint of spin.
Yeah, that's him.
He knows exactly what he wants, of course, as the skipper. Hello, Vern.
Yeah, afternoon, Hazy. Afternoon to all our viewers. Yeah, Captain Aiden Markram, he spent enough time out there to understand what is difficult to face on this surface. He's turned to spin straight away.
Oh, beautiful, Aiden. Going with the spin that time.
I do feel that Joe Root might just take a liking to Aiden Markram, like-for-like spinners. The important bit here is to give yourself an opportunity to get in. I think we've seen how important it was in that partnership between Stubbs and Markram. Once you've given yourself an opportunity to get used to the pace, the bounce of the surface, you can then play.
Now that was different. Didn't work out, Stuart.
How much thought into that, Sauce? There we go, boys.
You always wonder with Markram opening the bowling here, the off spin, whether that's due to him spending a lot of time out there with the bat. Oh yeah, boy, excellent. Run out chance. Or whether it was a set plan in a team meeting coming into the game, arriving to ground here in Pal, knowing that it does take spin, or is he just reacting to what he's seen out there, a standout batter in the first innings?
Only 3 runs off this first over so far. Good stuff from Aiden Markram. Joe Root's found something. On at length, Werner Philander opened his wallet actually in the pitch report. The moth. Going back for the second. 5 for none. Let's look at the lineup for the Pal Royals. Hayne, who's a very accomplished T20 cricketer from England. Number 3, Van Buren, Miller. You look at that lineup for the Palm Royals, who got Root, of course, is a magnificent player. Hayne, who's been outstanding in the shorter T20 format in the UK. Played for England, played a couple of one-days for England. Van Buren, Miller was an exceptional player. Kartik's got extraordinary experience. It's a good lineup. Yeah, I think this is the one venue where you don't want to allow it to go too late. Loves his cricket, does Ray. Loves his cricket. Alright, big Marco Jonsson, the giant. Ready to attack. Oh, that's a little bruise, I think, first up.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go, man.
He gets it all from bounces from the Janssen. He's tall. Delivers it from about 2.2 meters in height. This one's just sitting in the surface. Wandering the shot too early. He's trying to get underneath it, but not perhaps the bounce that he was after.
Sunrisers, by the way, went at a shade under 12 in the last 5 overs when they were batting. Really good batting to finish where they did. Understand between Markram and Stubbs. Clubbed away.
And as well for the last 5 hours, I think that will be the Royals' game plan, is to have Miller Kartik in at that period. Try and win the game there. It's crucial they don't lose 3 or 4 wickets in this first power play. They'll need the likes of Root and Hayne to set up the innings, keep a lot of movement going, running twos as quick as they can into the gaps. Miller won't have right.
Looking the blade, nice and fine, and that's gone for 4. That's a very good shot, actually.
Victorious. Just using the pace and offer here from Marco Jansen. Marco Jansen has to be critical, perhaps just a bit of width on the offside, but delicately touched from Andre Pretorius is opening the face at the very last second, using the pace and offer. Picks up his first boundary this afternoon.
Yeah, good too after the first couple of dot balls from Janssen.
I think it's so important when you look at statistics of a ground and your tactics that you would adopt on using a particular surface. This surface is crying out for seam bowlers to hit those stumps, hard length, bring the stumps into play. I just feel that the Royals, perhaps when they were operating with ball in hand, created too much width on offer for the likes of Markram, stuff to take advantage of.
Always had a dart to that. A little bit of extra bounce, which Markram, correction, which Janssen can certainly get. Releases with 2.2 metres.
I still feel the key in this run chase is this first power play. You want to make sure that you get out of this power play and maximise it with this new ball in hand while the ball's coming onto the blade nicely. So I do feel this afternoon might just slow down quite a bit with those spinners.
Same number of wickets as Bartman, 30. Shot low. He's played that superbly. That's gone for 6. That is a fine, fine shot. Beautifully played. What a great way to finish the over. 10 from it. 15 for none.
Yeah, it's really quick onto it. Janssen finishing the over with a bouncer. It's always worth trying a bouncer early, but it's beautifully controlled and played. Never once looking to play that on the ground. Blade facing up, looking to go for 6. Trying to bowl out with full control. We go, Simon.
The original rate that they required was 8.8. Because of that over, they've got it back to that after a little bit of a slow start in the first over, but it's okay now. Root. Oh, that's nicely played. And brilliant fielding too.
Root. Simon Harmer. He's trying to put him under pressure straight away. His T20 career figures 165 wickets. I think the economy rate that's important for a bowler like Simon.
Hello?
Found an outside edge and it's gone through. So that's going to be an extra couple of runs. Going to touch and turn and come back for the third. Good running.
Yeah, a little misfield from Richard Gleeson, but encouraging signs for the Sunrise how much that spun. Pitching outside leg stump, it would have spun. Hit the stumps. I think it's important for Simon Harmer to try and find the optimum speed on the surface. I do feel that there is a bit of spurts for the spinners on offer. There we go, boys. Just want to starve bidders of pace. Ask him to generate their own pace. Perhaps a touch slower to the left-hander.
Sliding down the leg side a fraction, but he did move across. Oh, just letting him know that as well. Stephen Harris.
Oh, John, Simon.
Nicely bowled. A little bit slow at that time. Had to adjust at the last minute after looking to go deep, using his feet.
Yeah, Leandre Pretorius playing his cricket up in the high field for the Titans. So he will be used to the ball coming onto the bat. Oh yes, this might be a bit of a challenge for him. At the end of 3, 22 for none.
Steady start for the Pole Royals. Sunrisers started nice with the bat, but when spin was introduced, Majid, they picked up a couple of wickets in that over, which has put them on the back foot. A couple of class players were gone. There's Tom Abel. He's going to be on the mic shortly. Have a chat to him. Really good crowd. Nice to see this turnout. 30 degrees, nice and warm. Richard Gleeson, now he is a fine performer. Tends to do a lot of the hard work in the white ball games. Doesn't mind coming in when it gets really tough. 2 for 22 in the last 33. 37 years of age, and he's still... To Joe Root. Stuck that one through. Right, let's go and have a chat to Tom Abel. Tom, what was the conversation in the halfway mark in the change room?
I think obviously the conversation was just based around trying to adapt to conditions. We've obviously had first use with the bat. We felt, bowling straight, stump to stump was pretty hard work at times. Obviously Aiden got us up to a competitive score with an unreal knock, so trying to learn from that first innings, and we're going to have to work hard in the field as well.
Yeah, his 82 off 49 was just sensational stuff. Aiden Markram. There's a thick outside edge. Specific plans, Tom, to try and keep Joe Root quiet. I mean, he's an exceptional player, 36 test hundreds. 1,000 runs at an average of 51. I mean, that's tough to keep him quiet.
Yeah, obviously one of the greatest players ever. I also think he's probably quite suited to conditions. He's obviously highly skillful player, and I think he'll play these conditions here pretty well. So we're going to have to be good and make him work as hard as we can.
I'm going to get you running all over the place here. Hopefully left and right change all the time, Tom.
That's good, keeps me fit.
Pretorius on strike now. Just keen on one. Stuart, you spent some time with Joe over the last couple of days. How much is he enjoying it so far?
Yeah, he's loved every moment of it. He's really excited to get going and start the tournament today. He's someone who's very into expand the T20 game and the amount of games that he plays. And when the opportunity came to come to Paarl and represent the Royals, having spoken to his great mate Joss Butler, it was the perfect opportunity for him. And he's such a fine player, but he'll suit these conditions. He's very clever. He can utilise
He's got that away. Good shot, Pretorius. Nicely played the last volley. Back to Tom Abel as we just have a look at this replay. Fine shot for a boundary. Tom, where do you see the opportunity to getting on top here? Do you see the Royals have any sort of weakness?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you look at every team and, most batting lineups are pretty stacked, but I think that phase through the middle is going to be crucial here. Obviously, the new balls.
That's a beautiful delivery from Gleeson. And do you expect the track to slow up a lot of time, or what's the discussion from the boys who have played here? Of course, by the way, you were here last year and played well. Your season last year was brilliant. What were the guys saying about this track?
Yeah, obviously, I think it's slightly unique playing at Paarl. I think it's a pretty good wicket. I think there's definitely a bit if you go into the wicket, slow balls seem quite effective. And as I say, going stump to stump. But I mean, wickets are always going to be key. That's the best way to slow the run rate. So we're obviously looking for that early on as well.
Right on time, thank you. Not so short, picked up. Hasn't gone that long. Coming back. So 7 off that over, 29 for none.
अच्छा झूपड़ा करें झूपड़ा झूपड़ा सेहत के लिए न काफी है
इंग्लैंड है ना
मार झूपड़ा सेहत
अल्लाह कामयाबी है भाई
बुकरी वो थोड़ी
इसन
बुकरी
कार है ना
ये
कल
कुछ
पढ़ना लिख सी यार पढ़ जाओ जाने
पहले
माकरम में कि टेस्टिंग करो है
दे
टेस्ट टाइम में जो T20 वक्त मरदा
वन डे में जो होता है
Certainly some spin around.
ना 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 ना
जरूर पढ़ने के लिए
जाके खेले ना
नो
जाके खेले रोज ना पंजाब कर बना मत
इनके मोबाइल लगा
Implement those plans.
धमकी है
Going downtown, he said that so well. That's
जो
good for
अपना
6.
बस तो ही लोग हमारा
That's Joe's go-to against the spin when he's looking for a maximum. Use his feet and go straight. He's very clever with his reverse sweeps and little sweeps to manipulate the field. But if he wants power, he dances down the track and just gets that beautiful bit of width. He can throw his arms out 84 meters down the ground.
उन्होंने पीछे आ गया तो धमकी
It was quite clever from Lebo.
Yeah,
Actually, as well,
very
just to,
clever.
he was following that ball. He just got out of it at the last minute.
दादी
There he is, following it.
दादी मेरा नमस्ते
जी अल्लाह ने बस यहाँ कैमरा नहीं
खूब पढ़ा
निकल
खराब
मैं दिखा रहा लड़ा ना खटक
He still wouldn't have got it in frame, though.
रहे
Oh, that's a beauty.
सही
It is a beauty. That's coming. Yeah, excellent piece of batsmanship. What really sets him up is both of these players early on trying the sweep and the reverse sweep on this occasion. Little waltz down the track. A beautiful swing of the blade. Just dragged him like
मार के दाल मिली टुक्कर मिली मार के टुक्कर मिले के दाल
मना
हमारा माता पहले टुक्कर ने वाले भाजी ना हां
when he strikes them.
अच्छा
You go again, Vern. Come on, lad!
ऐसा सामने एक व्हील है मन पत्ता बनूंगा दिखाड़ा
You go again. Absolutely, absolutely. You have to back yourself, young man.
काला सीखते ही ना दे
चक्कर
नहीं इधर कैमरे दी कर दे
नगर
On that one. Should have been swallowed, that one. Should have been swallowed. That would have been a nice little bonus. 49 for none. Get a feeling he got himself into a bit of a tangle here, did Pretorius. Angling down the leg side. He's trying to use the pace on offer. Was the leading edge. You have to take that at this level, unfortunately. It's not going to get or come to you any easier. He's done all the hard years of getting there, then he got stuck in the turf. 20 runs off that over. Well, that should be one down. Victoria should be on his way. 20 runs off the over. That could be exactly what they need, just to kick him into the next block of 5. 49 for none after 5. It's a good start. It's a really good start. One over to go before the power play. Most teams want to be around about the 50 mark at the power play. Well, they've done that with one over to spare. Janssen. Yeah, I think these overs are so tough to bowl. It's about overs 5 and 6 in the power play, especially when they know wickets down. You almost feel. Early call of 2 from Root. Superb
excellent placement.
Easily back for two. Yeah, I think it's such a good point you make there, Brody. Especially when you play this venue, to have a left-hand right combination. Jake, if you're well suited to those matchups that you're talking about. Dawson, like the betters to go across the line, right-handers. You want to bring those modes of the LBW bowl. That's where you're so lethal. Like you say, Jan Couturier bites his fancy him turning into the blade.
यार भाई
Set that pretty well. On the bounce. Yeah, this is excellent. He had to work real hard to get himself in Joe Root. Just get the sense that he's starting to feel at ease. He's starting to feel settled. Slow ball from Janssen, but he's picked it early. A little bit through the shot too early, but he's managed to hold his shape just a touch longer. Excellent placement.
One ball to go in the power play. 56 for none. Nice shot down the ground. Just going to be the one. Markham tidies up. So 57 for none after 6 overs.